Hi guys, it's time for the lower bracket as we get into it. What do we have? We have MC versus soO. It's in the round of 4 of the lower bracket here. And then after that, then we'll have 2 more series, and then that will determine who goes for the second spot to San Jose.
Did you just have a coffee?
No.
Okay.
Before. So, hi, how's it going? All right, let's get into it. Spawning up to the top right-hand corner, it's our red Protoss. It is MC who fell down to the lower bracket at the hands of another Protoss. And down to the bottom left-hand corner, he's been killing Protoss down there. It is, of course, Mr. Runner-Up himself, Mr. soO.
Yeah, the Silver Surfer, as some say. Silver Surfer soO, the 4-time GSL finalist. 3 times this year, and of course, 1 last year. One of the most consistent players in StarCraft right now. Highly finishing consistent. Of course, another 2nd place at DreamHack Stockholm as well. 5 2nd place finishes in the last year or so. Incredibly difficult to achieve that. It's almost impossible to get 5 2nd places in a row, pretty much.
I'd argue he's the best best Zerg player on the planet right now, considering that consistency.
Yeah, and he's going up against the Boss Toss, who we have watched slay many a Zerg in the European WCS, but this is a different type of Zerg. This is soO. MC has been in Korea now for the last 2 weeks or so, so he's probably played against soO a couple of times on the ladder, but now it's official. He's playing in this tournament for elimination. This is the losers round 4. Losers semis and losers finals are next. Of course, the losers finals, that last game, will determine our 2nd seed.
And soO with his drone over here already been a little bit pesky. The probe on the other side as well was like tasering away at some drones. Sees the spawning pool going down, and soO's having none of this with the hatchery and doesn't want to be running into any complications.
Nope. The drone gives him the option to potentially build a hatchery here. Also scouts if it is Nexus, Gateway, or Forge. MC, though, is going to tackle the opponent's drones, slowing down that hatchery just by a little bit, though. Hardly anything, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was only about 40 minerals, so it was almost nothing. But soO is slowing down MC from planting that Nexus as well.
Yep. Even stole some minerals, a little guy, and just going to dance around for a little bit. If this goes anywhere above 400, then it has been slowed down.
Yeah,
so
and a 2nd probe to come off the line as well. So
very similar, though, like around the 45 minerals worth of a slowdown there in the end, throwing down that 2nd pylon in a really odd spot. That's weird.
Yep.
Like, using it as part of the wall there just to keep that going.
I think his pylon, the main one, might not cover a full wall. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe on this left-hand side, you mean?
Yeah, it might be a little bit off place, which is why he's throwing that one there. Either way, MC's actually still got a probe out on the map, which is obviously dangerous if you're playing against a player like MC. And he's going to have a look for the 3rd.
And he's going to block it.
And he's going to block it, which will delay soO for a 2nd here.
Yeah, not too bad a start there. Tried to slip that in just for a 2nd there.
But of course, soO is a very, very aggressive Zerg player. I think he, in the majority of games that I've seen soO play, he plays like a Ling Roach into Mutalist kind of style. I think earlier today when I watched him play as well, he played Ling heavy style and was aiming towards Ultralist, but died off versus Rain, I think it was again, instantly. Both players have that in common, losing versus Rain. But a gold base has been taken, and that kind of shows his aggressive tendencies here. Already pushing himself forward. MC, now what does he do? Does he want to play a super defensive player? Does he want to try and get out there? He's already lost his probe on the map. And we know MC likes to be aggressive himself.
You see a lot of gold bases from Zergs on this map, and it is kind of annoying for a Protoss to deal with because, as you just mentioned, you find yourself in this double-minded world where it's like, well, it's so close, I could pressure, but then if I do and it doesn't work out, his economy is going to be fantastic, and how am I going to deal with it if he wants to get aggressive himself? And it gives a great launching pad from Zergs to like spread creep down that avenue as well, to be so in their opponent's face.
Yeah, with a low drone count, because you've got this gold income, you can do a lot of different things here. Whether it's going to be a Ling Roach style from him and lots of pressure, depending on what MC does. I think soO is also a very reactionary player still at the core. Will kind of decide on what he wants to do. MC's chosen robotics facility, so he's probably just going to Immortal push this thing.
Yeah.
And to be honest, MC has said to me in the past, it doesn't matter how good the Zergs are, they always die to my Immortal push. So that's going to be a test today.
Yeah, it is. Again, as you mentioned, a low drone count across this gold base allows Zergs to do a multitude of different things.
Yeah.
So, but the Stalker and Zealot being out here this far forward is actually really annoying because there's no speed finished. Yeah, there's like 8 lings on the way, but if he positions himself in the mineral lines when Zerglings will come along, it'll be easy. But he pulls back, realizing that it's a little bit of a threat.
Well, it is Ling Roach, and it is very low drone count. And that is actually better for MC. If MC fights against a low drone count, because Ling Roach cannot beat Mass Sentry Stalker Immortal. You need something better than that.
Yeah.
Especially if MC just sits back and builds up, builds up, builds up, builds up, builds up. To have like 3, 4 Immortals, the longer the build up, the better it is for MC. Currently, we see Overlords being built, and what is soO going to make? A layer. See how he didn't build units there upon seeing the robotics facility in the Immortal?
Yeah.
He knew that this wasn't going to be very good against an Immortal push, so he drones up a little bit more and is now going to switch his strategy up. I would suppose with the layer coming in, he can get Roach speed, so he could stay on the same units, but the strategy's changed to Roach speed now. Or if he takes a couple of extra gases, could be for a Hydra Den as well. But currently, with only units being made, it looks like he's just aiming for Roach speed to assist.
Yeah, it's still a pretty strong composition, and unfortunately, the Protoss could get stuck in a spot where moving out of his base is very, very difficult in general, but that would then increase the Immortal count if MC's stuck in there.
Right.
Against only Ling Roach, which, as you said, can be a little bit
7 more
dicey.
drones and another gas, pushing him a little bit further into a potential tech switch up here, which could be that Hydra. And of course, Hydras are amazing units.
They are lovely.
Especially once you build them up to a good count. But MC's adding on his gateways. And the Immortal push at 3 with 1 attack upgrade.
That's a lot of gateways. A lot of gateways.
Yeah, and soO knows this. There's the Hydra Den. There's no creep spread from main to natural to 3rd notice, which means if the attack's on the goal base, these Hydras without speed upgrade, because they will probably research range first, have a difficult time to assist the defense.
Yeah, he's already preparing it. He may even try and set up a flank once this army moves out. With this position on the left-hand side here by this army, he sees it with the Overlord moving out. So he's looking for maybe an attack from the back as it fully moves out.
Yeah, right. So he's got 3 spines, Hydra Roachling being built. If MC moves out, he moves in. I don't think he'd go for a full surround here. I don't think that's very wise. So MC catches all these things!
Oh, wow. Brilliant force fields.
That is huge.
Yeah.
And doesn't lose a single unit there and kills off every single one of those.
Didn't even lose a sentry. That's crazy. But at the same time, a little few lings on this right-hand side. He's actually just going for a full-blown counterattack.
Yeah, and MC's warping in a second cannon, a couple of sentries, and a bunch of Zealots too. And he's coming back for this too. He's going to try and catch those units. But this is given time for the Hydra count to rise, and creep spread is being spread via Overlords here, notifying that weakness as mentioned before.
Yeah, and if he buys time for Hydralisks, with Groove Spines most importantly, to actually get range on these Immortals that are the all-important unit here, then it could be a very, very strong defense for soO.
Yeah, but there's no way that these Roachlings are going to break past that natural now. There's 3 cannons, 2 sentries, and another Immortal being built. MC's going to move down now. Has soO bought time to build up an army to combat this? 4 spines about to be.
Depends how good the force fields land here for MC.
Yeah,
Ling
Roach are coming back. They're coming back to defend.
Yeah, if he can swarm in from all sides against this army, then it'll force a lot of force fields to be thrown down on alternate angles that he doesn't necessarily want to throw them down. And that's the key to victory here for soO.
Yeah, soO's Hydra count at 10. Good, but not the best, obviously. Needs more than that, really.
12 sentries.
Avoiding those spines.
There's a few force fields.
Yeah, missed them, though. Missed the proper force fields. They're not good force fields.
Yeah.
The dot in and out from soO was good.
Still buying time for those spines to relocate themselves. As here comes the push. Now gets on top of one of those spine crawls to start things off. Force fields go down. Where are the army from the back? It's a little bit late here for soO. Not really getting in full-blown position to really do some damage. The Hydralisks at the front doing quite a bit, but the 3 Immortals are still standing strong. One on the right-hand side will end up falling to the spine crawler as well as the Hydras. But are the Hydras going to do enough damage? I don't think so. Oh, wait, no. They've actually been able to kill off a lot of this army, and there's not much left here for MC.
Yeah, it looks like that was a good defense there from soO, and he loses all the Immortals. He actually picks up 2 right at the last second. I thought he was going to lose those.
Yeah.
But soO makes the defense. The Hydra count was just about good enough there, and the 2 spines taking and dealing damage. Wow.
Yeah.
MC's push didn't work, but he does have a 3rd Immortal, remember, back at home, and building a 4th. He will go again.
He's going to have to kill off a little bit of his defense to get out of here. But here comes the Immortal drop. If you can get some Queens, that'd be nice to kind of stifle any production that would go on. But by now, soO, with his gold base, have been up and running for still quite a long time.
Yeah.
His economy's looking okay. It's only 46 drones. Not amazing.
Immortals come back in again. MC's trying to hunt that production.
Yep. Evolution Chamber trying to be sneaked in here for soO to get a few upgrades.
+1 attack would be so good for these Hydras. You're already spitting out so much damage.
Yeah, yeah. And with the Ling Hydra composition that he's now settled in pretty comfortably. I mean, MC's secondary push, it's going to have to be a lot of Immortals and a lot of firepower behind it.
Yeah, it's not going to work anymore, I don't think, for MC, because the Hydra count's too big. And he's now at 16, which is a massive number of Hydralisks.
Ah, notice they're bringing the Forge down here to keep going. So, how many sentries does he have? 9. It's still a lot of force fields, but there's extra spines being added on that.
It's 5 Immortals, though. Remember that. 5 Immortals. Yeah. That's a lot of Immortals.
Yeah, it is.
And then still a lot of force fields. MC needs to start to break through. The Hydralisk count going up to 19 soon. MC's still got a shot at this. A good shot.
Changeling joins the army and has a little bit of a look-see, but...
Force fields are good!
Yep, those force fields will deny a bit of the Hydra positioning against all of this. He's trying to get a good concave, but notice how a lot of the Hydralisks on the right-hand side weren't shooting until the Zealots move forwards.
So many Hydralisks now.
Yeah.
And look at it, they melt the Zealots there. And even if you push the Hydralisks back with the force fields, they can still shoot over the force fields because they've got that range upgrade.
Yeah, yeah.
And then add in the fact you've got +1 attack and Hydra speed coming in with more and more units all the time.
Exactly. And the Zealots almost just aren't useful when it comes to this kind of engagement against this Hydralisk-based composition, as these Immortals, I don't think they're going to do the job.
This is so MC as well. This is so MC versus Zerg.
Just keeps going with the 2 base all-in.
This is so 2012.
Yeah. He'll just keep going, man. He'll just keep going. And Roach is even being mixed in. That's how comfortable soO now feels with his Hydralisk count. It's so powerful. He has lots of Lings to complement as well.
22 Hydralisks is a massive number.
And he just keeps like moving from side to side, making sure that he can set up a great concave once his army pushes forwards. It's nice. There's a few force fields to start things off.
And catches like 3 Hydras, so that's pretty good, and a spine.
Along with the positioning of the hatchery, it's actually not too bad for MC there to negate a lot of this army from doing damage. Look on the left and the right, we're really not doing massive amounts, but the Lings are being able to tank quite a bit here, whilst the Hydralisks getting good position. 18 Hydralisks doing damage against this army. One of the Immortals on the right-hand side is going to fall, and even Roach is coming in from the back. There's only 3 Immortals left over. I don't think this is going to work for MC.
No, there's no more force fields left. And soO just makes the 15-minute hold or whatever, how long this game was. It was a really good hold. And MC's unbreakable, unstoppable Immortal attack was stopped there by soO.
Yeah, good by soO. And overall, you know, being on like 46 drones to be able to hold that off for soO, balancing the economy with his production and then transitioning onto Hydras. Yeah. It's a really well played out game by soO, who's probably faced an Immortal push like that a million times.
Yeah, well, yeah, a million times 2 years ago.
Yeah, true.
Recently, probably not as much, but still, he knew exactly what to do, when to do it, and you know, balances economy perfectly. The spine crawlers, the creep spread that he didn't have, but then did have because of Overlords, was bought enough time to get the Hydralisks out as well, the Lings and Roaches, just all the small things there for soO, kind of built up enough for him to stop MC's push.
And if he didn't have that creep being spread in the location that it was by the Overlords, the Spines wouldn't have had an advantageous position in that initial engagement unless he'd have swapped his army positioning with where the Spines were for that. So anyway, game number 2 is going to be on merry-go-round, as MC is in dire straits right now because he's having to play pretty much the best Zerg in the world in soO.
Yeah.
And he's 1 game down. He might Immortal push again on a map like merry-go-round.
Yes, he may. He may change it up a little bit differently. He may show the robotics facility force soO down the same way, but hit a lot faster with only 2 Immortals, or maybe just Zealot Immortal, something like that, something different. Merry-go-round is more traditionally a difficult map for Protoss to take a third and establish a third. Combine that with MC's aggressive tendencies, I think we may see something explosive from MC.
All right, so let's get into things as we have spawning up to the top left-hand corner. It is our red Protoss. It is MC. And up to the top right, our blue Zerg representing SK Telecom. It's soO.
He's so good.
He's pretty good, yeah.
But we'll see if he can take 2nd place in this qualifier since he is in the lower bracket.
No,
that would be funny. He'd have to beat CJ Hero to do so, which did he play earlier? No, he didn't. Okay.
His road can't fully be Protoss now because of below with Life Solar and Gumiho,
yeah,
right?
Solar and Gumiho is still apparently being played, and it doesn't surprise me considering Gumiho's mech.
Yeah.
So he's probably dragging that game out long. And then, of course, those 2 players are going to be playing up against Life next, whoever wins that. And then the winner of this. Then the winner of that goes on against Hero. So a couple of games left today.
Awesome.
Of the best players in the world.
Yep, we get lucky here at the qualifiers for the Intel Extreme Masters, that's for sure.
Gummy-Ho 2-1 Solar. Just come in.
Ooh.
Gummy-Ho! Gummy-Ho!
Oh, wow.
He's on fire recently, this guy. He's back in business. It's been a long time since we've seen, but he's worked on some mech strategies, and they seem to be working.
Yeah.
2-1 versus Solo. Goes up against Life next in the rematch, because they played earlier on, where Life did win 2 games to 1. And they've played a lot in online tournaments as well recently, where Gummy-Ho has actually been getting the better side of Life. So we could see that Terran push his way through.
That is cool. That is cool. To have a Terran still alive, considering the bracket was dominated by Protoss and Zergs, and Gummy-Ho slowly, steadily making his way through that lower bracket.
What is MC's build? He's opened up double gas here,
That's a bit weird.
which is not very common at all. He won't want to mine 3 and 3 because that's just too much gas.
Wait a minute. Is he going triple hatch before pool?
Yeah, he's gone triple hatch against pool, which is very good against gateway openings.
Oh, wow.
Or Nexus first, which is common on this map as well.
It shows the confidence of soO. So look at what happened in the first game. He's like, right, okay, spawning pool
MC's
first.
3 and 3 right now in gas. And it's a lot of gas income. So he has a lot of options available to tech really fast in this game. But I wonder what he would even tech to. Maybe a Stargate and expansion, so he tries a really fast Oracle here, but he hasn't seen the 3rd hatchery. He's going to go into the main and be like, wait a minute, that's a really late spawning pool. You've taken 3 hatcheries. And he's going to see it now. He's like, no way.
He's like, you're a meanie, soO. You're a real meanie.
Okay, and now what does MC do? Does he want to chrono boost into this gateway because he actually cancels the Zealot?
He's taken out of all gases. So he's just going to try and get Nexus super fast. Super
so...
fast. But it's
definitely
still
not
slow.
A slow Nexus with 168 gas in the bank, which is going to be the Mothership core, maybe Wargate Research? Or does he want to try and get a Stalk route? Yeah, Wargate Research.
Whatever the case, soO is just
but he
got
can
the better
put
end of the
pressure on,
openings.
but not that much pressure because the gas was taken as well, so there will be circling speed on the way.
At least he saw that, but I mean, it's a sorry place to be playing from here for MC.
Yeah.
So Mothership Core's just going to go straight over there.
Oh, he's pylon blocked too at 26 supply here, so he actually can't build any more probes. He's pylon blocked, if you look.
Yeah.
So a slight mistake there from MC, kind of messed up his opener because I suppose he just wasn't, he didn't really want to adjust. He already had a plan and then had to adjust versus this 3 hatch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now he goes back into Chronobus. He may catch this Overlord though, at least, I suppose.
Consolation prize in the end as another Overlord start. Well, no, I thought it just started there, but it was just another Queen, so plenty of Queens are going to be out very soon. But yeah, if he just starts another Overlord and gets himself out of the little supply block that he's going to hit, then
he's not building Overlords though, which is a little bit weird for soO.
Yeah.
I think I don't know what he's doing.
There we go.
Trying to get that probe in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
So he's quite majorly supply block there. So both players actually hitting a big supply block in this game, slowing them down from where they'd like to be. MC does have that probe still alive in the middle of the map, and that may be a concern for soO, which he was focusing heavily on killing, but didn't get. But soO's drones at 25.
2 gateways.
Rise up now.
Any more? Just the pylon. So 3 gateways in total so far here for MC. As drones. Nothing but drones for soO. His economy is going to be really powerful. If he hadn't have hit that supply block, it would have been super strong. See what I did there?
No, I did.
That was pretty sick.
You were so funny.
Go.
Twilight Council from MC. Probably just, unless he tries like a blink here, I think I mean, it's kind of late for a Dark Shrine. Blink can work though. I suppose it can. I mean, I would never do blink.
It is MC.
I would never play Protoss.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got a probe out on the map. He could go for kind of a blink push.
Yeah.
With a lot of gateways off 2 base.
I don't think that probe's going to be seen as well, considering where the Lings are actually running up to the top left.
Oh, Dark Shrine it is, okay.
Oh,
it is late.
Yeah. He had a lot of gas, so I mean, he had to do something with it.
Layer just now started, but if he gets 3 DTs from that probe and pylon that we'll see down to the bottom right, snaps that hatch, obviously he's in great shape. But is soO going to have... He's got no Overlord to scout. Maybe that's why MC chose this, because he killed that Overlord at the north, so there's no Overlord at the top.
Makes sense, yeah. Makes sense.
But the layer is on its way, and it will finish before the Dark Shrine.
Yeah, if it could get an Overseer in there and have a little look around.
Well, that's what soO's very good at. I'm pretty sure the Overlord that's on the natural will be an Overseer.
Yeah.
It just depends on if he sees this or not. The probe on the right-hand side is going to get spotted, and this may be like, to soO, okay, well...
Like, why is that still there?
Yeah, and then usually as a StarCraft player, you've got to be saying to yourself, okay, these are the things that could, if happen, kill me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's usually a sign of a good player if they can do that, but he might not be thinking along those lines.
Yeah, he's just poking at the front and only still sees sentries. So he's got to be like, well, what is really going on?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll morph that to an Overseer.
Yeah.
He has to. You need to know what's going on.
Layer, more Overseer, please,
Not yet.
something.
Okay. 3 DTs are on their way. They are going to kill that hatch.
Yeah, that's a lot of firepower. Even if an Overseer morphed in as they started swiping it, it still wouldn't save it unless he's somehow drone tricked around it.
Yeah, if he could surround his hatchery. He's just building a lot of units. He's expecting like an attack from MC, like an Immortal push or something. But the DTs are here. Still no Overseer. And he will now have the chance to build one. MC waits. He goes for the Queen first.
There's the Overseers.
And then the drones get pulled off.
Ooh, okay. This should die before the Overseer. Wait. No, I think the Overseer. This is going to be really, really close. Really, really close.
I think he can defend it.
Yeah. I'm surprised he went for the Queen.
There you go. 3
That
DTs
was
for nothing. And now MC's kind of exposed because you can leave an Overseer and a couple of units to defend the third hatch, but if he attacks with Massling Roach with Overseers, I mean, what units does MC have because he went for the Dark Shrine and Dark Templar to defend?
Yeah.
He doesn't really have anything. He will have the Mothership Core for Photon Overcharge, but
The army of soO is going to be so massive.
yeah, he's just going to attack with Overseers. And there is an Immortal, which is obviously helpful, and there will be +1 attack, and the Force Fields are going to be good, but this is a lot of units. And it's merry-go-round, the open map, where Protoss don't like to take a third, and we're probably going to see why.
This is a little bit difficult here for MC. He's trying to throw down cannons, even an extra cannon in the mineral line as well at this third base, because he knows how much pressure he's probably going to be under. He just didn't do anything with the Dark Templars. They killed a Queen, maybe a drone or two, and that's about it. And
well, the longer the game goes on, the better MC will have chances to hold this, and it is soO still on Ling Roach. But there is a lot of force fields. There is going to be a second Immortal. Blink is on its way. Probably not be in time with the +2 either, but
it's going to be a massive wave of Zerg. Huge.
Yeah, it's 20 Roaches and 82 Lings. Going up to 100 Lings are the ones popping out.
Yeah.
He's got to surround these units.
The force fields have got to be on point.
Well, where does MC defend from? Is Natural the third? Does he leave his base exposed? He's got to choose. Maybe if he goes in the middle, he's going to have, maybe be surrounded. He's got a force field well here. These are Lings. Stops the Roaches.
Okay, I can't tell whether that's good or bad just yet. The Lings are going to have to run away.
It's good because he's bought himself more time.
Yeah, he has.
Another Immortal's about to come in, but he is about to get clamped, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so the Roaches get negated on the right-hand side, and he keeps those out, actually, whilst dealing with the Lings. Not too bad a
attack
start.
Zealots dealing with the Lings at the front.
Yeah, but the Roaches on this right-hand side have somehow wormed their way through some of these force fields. Lings keep coming in as well. There's just so much Zerg. And he now doesn't have that many force fields left over at all.
There's a lot more Zerg coming. 42 additional Lings.
Oh, jeez. The Roaches, I think they've just broken through. I mean, they're killing off really expensive units. Lings flooding forwards are going to really hurt this. He doesn't have that many force fields left.
Yeah, he's got to open some more Zealots to deal with these front units.
Here come the Roaches again. If he can get top of that Immortal, he gets
force fields. Nice coverage of the ramp. The third is a little bit exposed, but there's 3 cannons there by MC.
All right. Will this be able to hold on? He starts working on one of the pylons. That's not the biggest of deals, though. There's a second pylon to reinforce. That one's going to end up falling soon. He's basically baiting this army to come out. There's another big concave. No force fields. The Lings are on top of everything, as well as the Roaches. And MC really has very little left to be able to hold on against this.
He ran out of force fields. If he had a couple more force fields there, he probably would have held, but the 3 Immortals go down. And even the Spies finish up, so he can switch into Mutalisk or something now as well.
Yeah.
But he's got MC where he wants him.
Utterly overwhelming play here from soO, who just decides to walk in, has a look around, decides to pull back out as well, though. His army is still so strong, and as you said, the Mutalisk switch. He has money for 11 Mutalisks at this point.
He can start doing damage to the third and then just send Mutalisks to the main base. But there is +2 on Blink, which is maybe a reason why he doesn't want to do it, but it's definitely a good thing to do, I think. So few units, so few Stalkers. soO just very easily here. Game 1 defending the Immortal attack, and Game 2 just planning this Ling Roach style. And like I said, soO is a very aggressive Zerg, and he showed it again here.
Yeah, it's what you expect from a player of soO's caliber coming into one of these qualifiers. MC, yes, pretty strong himself, but unfortunately the boss toss will fall here to, again, best Zerg in the world at the moment. Yeah,
there's no doubt. soO is pushing himself one step further, and it looks like he is going to just push MC aside 2-0. Unfortunately, MC, the boss toss's run to San Jose is not going to happen in the Korean qualifier. As he is currently, if you didn't know, in Korea, currently training for BlizzCon with Stardust too, and I think Hyun's over there as well, the European and North American Koreans in this qualifier. soO likewise going to BlizzCon, but looking great. Looking fantastic today. And is now going to send the Death Strike to the main base. He sees very heavy sentry for the force fields against the Ling Roach, but as soon as MC sees the Mutalisk, and actually, if you didn't know, MC's least favorite unit is the Mutalisk, he knows he's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, warps in some Stalkers in the main base. They only have 4 at the natural anyway to try and deal against this, but soO knows how much room he has here. Will back out for just a little bit. Not going to play this overzealous, because why does he need to? He has such a strong force outside, and he's 100 supply up. He knows how far he is ahead. Yeah,
the Ling Roach become almost Zealot-like for the Mutalisk there. Just taking the damage, taking the hits at the front, while the Mutalisk deal out their damage. With that +1 attack, it's full base soO. There isn't a single probe or pylon out on the map that MC has any chance of a counterattack. He is stuck, pinned, and left alone on 2 bases, where soO is just excelling in every department.
I mean, to be fair, Sean, you basically called this strategy before the series even began. This Ling Roach into Mutalisk style that it looks so formidable. I mean, MC on this map was just run ragged, completely run ragged.
Can't deal with it, can he?
No.
Can't deal with it.
Can't deal with it, man. Can't deal with it.
I mean, soO's at 200 supply. He's got 2,000 minerals in the bank. He's toying with MC now, who is facing elimination. He's trying to build up just a big Stalker count where he can tackle the Mutalisk, but let's just say that Mutalisk are not, Stalkers are not very good against them, especially with this Ling Roach force in the front.
Yeah, he's just stuck in 2 base. It's really kind of...
There's a Dark Templar attempted to get to the natural here to do some damage, but there is an Overseer close. And
where is he? Oh, he's up here? Okay. Well, drones decide to go for the fight, I guess.
Yeah, go for the kill.
Nom, 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 nom.
So MC just building up on 2 bases, his last opportunity for a fight, but the pincer shortly should come in again from soO as MC moves into the open, large space, where soO can just kind of come down and look to take a good fight. Yeah, good set of force fields. The Stalkers actually do trap the Mutalisk away, so MC does get a good start. But as you can see, 10 additional Mutalisk, 34 additional Lings.
Yeah, that was about as good as it was going to get there for MC, who tried to deal with that. He got a good chunk of the army there. Resources lost probably way... Well, actually, no. Resources lost still in favor of soO. Jeez, he's done a lot of damage.
And he's about to look to finish the game here. MC, one last push, +2 and blink. But these Mutalisks, there's so many of them.
Yeah, they could just get in there, focus down the Immortals if they wanted to, do anything at this point. Roaches from the south, Lings from the north, and Mutalisks from the right, killing off the majority of this army, even some Changelings for good measure from these Overseers.
Yeah, and as you can see, it's just crushing the 6 Spine Crawlers at home in case there was a breakthrough, but soO kind of takes MC for a walk in the park today.
Yeah. We don't expect any less from soO going through this qualifier in the lower bracket, who... How did he even get knocked down there?
By Rain.
Okay, well, there you go. soO and Rain meeting each other in the first round. Oh, yeah, because I remember watching it on the way in. So.
Yeah.
So that means we now have like 2 or 3 series left in the lower bracket, right?
Yeah, it'll be 2 games because Life on Gumiho is currently playing.
Oh, it started already.
We'll be covering the winner of Life on Gumiho versus soO, and then, of course, the winner of that versus Hero to find out the second player to join us from the Asian qualifier.
Awesome stuff. All right, 2 series left here at the Intel Extreme Masters San Jose qualifier. Join us after the break when we'll have more StarCraft action coming your way.